hello, people. We were dancing to our own theme tune. No.
It's a bit sad, that.
No, it was Gavin's idea. He was like, just dance. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So hello, everybody, and welcome to another one of the Cruise Monkeys Lives. As you can tell, we've been indulging ourselves in some liquid refreshments this evening. We've had fun. It's been good. And we had a pasty from Tesco's. But you'll be pleased to know we did walk the dog as well. So we kind of burnt it off. And I did do quite a lot of exercise today on the bike because post-cruise, trying to slim.
Pounds.
Anyway, thank you all so very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And here we are again. Last time you spoke to us, we were on Azura. We're home now. We are home. This time last week, we couldn't do a live because obviously we were mid-air. We were probably just about to, what time are we now? 8 o'clock. Just about to come into Gatwick to land, weren't we?
We had a crazy week. We only just finished the washing.
It's literally, we have
been one of those weeks.
And the diet has all gone out the window. It's been do a diet, don't do a diet. It's been all, we're just emotionally coping is what I would say.
Yes.
We're just trying to get through.
We're getting there.
So it's Friday. That's one good thing. And here we are.
Yes.
So
cheers.
We have already seen the comments. I was whizzing through before. Our tipple this evening was lager. Now it is red wine. This is a Malbec from Tesco's. Not the most expensive. I'm not going to lie. We've just come off a cruise, so it's cheap. But here we are, people. Here we are.
So let's have a look through the chat. I can see there's a lot of people already here.
Familiar faces.
If you've got any questions about Azura, cruising, anything in general, make sure you start with a question.
I'd say if there's anything you want to know about Azura, tonight's the night to ask us while it's all fresh, because in a couple of weeks' time it'll start to dissipate. We'll forget things, won't we? So it's all strike while the iron's hot. Isn't that the expression? So that's what we have to do tonight.
As we go through, we might mention our Facebook groups and things like that. All those links are in the description. So if you want to get any links to our Facebook groups, our shop, our Instagram, it's all in there. And the other thing we've got to ask is we are heading towards 18,000 subscribers.
We're really close. I didn't realise until he said earlier on, we were walking the dog. He said, do you know we're only like, what was it, 40-something people from 18,000. So if you know anybody, or if you've got another account, let's be crafty. We'll just try and get us to 18,000. That'd be amazing.
And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe.
Not because we're number crunching, but it's nice to round it up, isn't it?
Yes.
Round
little milestone.
Yeah.
So let's get through the chat because we're always a bit slow on the chat. So let's get straight in there. So good evening, Peter and Joanne. Straight in there with a question. First question of the night.
Those people.
With your cruise credit, would you be looking to put it towards? I'll put it on the screen. What am I reading now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Everyone can read it now because So yes, we have got as it stands, the value we paid for the cruise is roughly about £750 future cruise credit with Princess. We are looking at going on a Princess cruise again, definitely, especially with that. That's very enticing. We usually go to the Caribbean, don't we, in January. This year we didn't. As you know, we went to the Canaries. We were going to go to the Med, went to the Canaries. Next year we're looking to go back to possibly the Caribbean or quite possibly the Mexican Riviera. It's on our radar. We've been starting to think about what we're going to do. We are kind of getting, we didn't get to go on Sun Princess. So we're looking at that. We are thinking about it. We're not quite sure just yet.
We'll see.
Could be we could look at a Grand class or a Crown class ship as well, because having come off Azura, we want to draw comparisons between the two. So we're not too fussed.
We'll see.
We'll see. So we are looking.
I don't know if we mentioned it. I don't think we did on our last live that we were invited on Sun Princess next week. And unfortunately, because we were at sea, we kind of missed the opportunity.
We were too slow getting back. So we
were not only bumped once, we bumped twice.
We would have been on this week as well. I mean, it would have been quite stressful trying to put all the videos we've currently got and new stuff. It would have been difficult. And we'd have gone. We'd
have gone, yeah. Good evening, Ken Goes Cruising. One of our mods looking after the chat.
Oh, bless.
James Mahoney.
Sweet Nature here. Stephen Fox, Julie Greenaway. There's loads of people.
James Gnarly. Yeah, we're in Azura next month.
2 weeks.
Fabulous
yes,
time.
because she's repositioning, I believe. Is it next week or the week after?
Yeah.
She's due to go over to Malta, isn't she? To be fair, Azura, I've got to say, value for money, the price we paid for that cruise and the prices I'm seeing for that cruise and that ship, it's phenomenal value. The fact that your flights are included, I would, if you're considering, honestly, I would recommend Azura. Yeah, she's tied in places, but nothing major, nothing that would put me off.
She's got character.
She has character. She's due a refit at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when.
Good evening, Sweet Natured. I think you've already done.
Yeah.
Stephen Fox as well. I think you've already done.
Nick and Linda. Hello, people.
Julie. Just wanted to listen to the good and the bad. Yes.
Okay.
So we have got some Let's Talk ships coming.
We have literally filmed one last night. We've actually filmed the first because we're doing 4 episodes. That's going to be confirmed officially. You've heard it here first. We're going to do 4 episodes of Let's Talk Ship. The first one is about basically an introduction to the ship, the itinerary, and our cabin. We will go into the good and bad in more detail in that. But long and short of it are the good. I'd say we got what we did last night. I'm going to say the ship was a good size and it has a good mix of all the staple P&O restaurants. So you've got like your Glass House, your Cindu, your Epicurean, your Beach House. Mm-hmm. It's got the nice things. It hasn't got keel and cow and stuff, admitted, but it's got enough. Size is good. Bads, the smell.
It's a bit of an Azura whiff, isn't it?
But I think Ventura suffers from it as well. And I think, as we've said before, we'd like to try a Princess version to compare, see if it's a design flaw rather than a company problem. But it's nothing that would put me off going on a cruise. It's you just get on with it.
But we'll go into more detail on the future videos now.
The rest of it, we've had a really positive experience on the cruise. Some people say it's tired. It's not that tired. It's quite well kept. It does need a refit. It will get a refit. It'll be maintained, but it's not bad.
Cruise Boys in House, thank you very much for joining us. Paul and Anna, hello. And I believe you're off on the cruise in the coming weeks, so you'll have a good time on that one. Evening, Errol. I'm looking through. Jerry, Diane, hello. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Oh, I can see a question.
A question.
Oh, here we go.
2 minutes to get on top of these questions.
Yes, I keep
getting kicked. I do.
Yeah, I can nudge him.
Try and go into a bit more detail. Shut up, you've said enough.
Right. Prefer Azura or Iona, Avia, and why? Keep it
That's
quick.
Very, very tough, actually. Size-wise, I prefer Azura.
Yes.
But then the dining options are more. There's a lot more on Avia, and I do kind of feel that Azura and Ventura, and I said this too when we did 4 sea days on our cruise, and it was quite bumpy, almost on par with, or probably on par with, Bay of Biscay. I don't think those ships handle sea very well. Azura, Ventura, they're very wavy. We've always said that. I think that Avia and Iona would fare better in those conditions. Would you?
Possibly, yeah.
But
we were on Iona for that very bumpy February, weren't we?
Yeah.
And that handled it very well. Yeah, Storm Eunice.
What are you doing, honey?
Sorry, honey.
What's wrong, honey? I think she's just twisted. Oh, honey's just twisted herself, I think. What's wrong?
Oh,
what's wrong,
sorry
babe?
for the interruption.
She got cramp in her leg. You're right, babe.
She's okay.
Sorry, no, she looks a bit. 1 minute, I'll be back now. What's wrong?
I'll carry on with that one. So with what we thought with the Azura as well is the staff seemed really happy on that ship. I think Iona and Avia is too big, and they find it very busy. So at least with the Azura, they were able to kind of talk to us, and it gives really good interaction, didn't it, Luke?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm back now.
She's coming back.
I think honey twisted herself on the chair. You're right. No, I think, maybe she's got pulled a muscle or got cramp.
She looks a bit cramped, doesn't she?
She's relaxing a bit now. She's all right. Okay. She's okay.
Okay.
Good girl.
Should we continue?
Yeah, she's all right. Okay. She's fine.
Okay. I've lost where we were now.
Sorry, the dog was just crying. Sorry, she cried. I gotta go. So we were.
Good evening. Good evening, Tom and Dom. Good to see you. I'm just trying to go through, see if there's any questions in here now. DM UK Property, loved Azura. Life in the Parks. Good evening. Hope you're well.
Hello.
Miguel missed us. We're back now.
Oh, so I got to say, you were lucky. Well, I say you were lucky. We didn't have the worst weather the second week, but the first week was definitely better. Mm-hmm. Definitely better. And so for us, it would be our 3rd sea day. That was the bumpiest. If it was, people were saying it was a bit bumpy that week, it was way worse that second time. It was like really rocky. And that we had a few showers actually. Madeira was scattered. We had a couple of showers come across to me. We had to dodge them. We were sat by breakers as usual, so we avoided them under the little hut. The weather wasn't as good as the first week, so
The first week was stunning.
it was nothing. It wasn't bad, but
Yeah.
it was better the first week.
Good evening, Nick. Time zones, yes, yeah, we're quite late people, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. It's in different time zones. So you were coming out to play when they were off to bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we tend to find that.
I was going to say, because I'm confused, because we're talking about the ship. I was going to say we were in the same time zone currently as the ship was. Yes. We didn't actually. That's one good thing with this cruise.
That's good.
We didn't have any jet lag, nothing. It was the same time zone. It was brilliant.
Cruising with Molly. We're in Ventura in 4 weeks, 2 weeks. Oh, lovely. That'd be nice.
I do like Ventura. I think we were saying this earlier on. I think for some reason I ever so slightly prefer Ventura over Azura. I don't know why. They're basically the same. There's just something about Ventura slightly better. I don't know what it is. It could be the glass roof over the pool, or the glass house is better.
Yeah, glass house definitely better Ventura, I'd say.
Staff were lovely though on Azura. We met some wonderful staff on the
Jerry's off on World Europa.
Wow, that would be amazing.
That would be a good one. We have looked at it, but I don't know. I think we had too many cruises booked. We just couldn't get the leave and things.
We haven't fit it in.
We'd love to do the world class MSC ships.
Yeah. Ever since I saw the design when we went on, God, what was that? Was it
Bellissima? Yeah.
Because they have the models in all the stairways at the front end of the ship or midship. And I remember seeing World Europa, and I was like, I want to go on that ship, and I just haven't got around to it yet. But we do definitely want to give it a go.
Yeah. Julie said she tried the beef steak you had previously mentioned. How do you find it? If you like it, it is available in Tesco's. It's pretty reasonable, that one.
Yeah. And as is the Black Shiraz, available in Co-op.
Co-op, yeah.
And you can get your Charles Smith wines from Quaff, spelled Kwooff. Or there was one
ND Wines in Swansea, isn't
Swansea.
it? Somewhere in Swansea.
So if you want those wines, you can get them. I have actually purchased stuff with Quaff though, and it always comes really well packaged, timely manner. It's really good, and yeah, it's Charles Smith. They even do one in Quaff. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't looked recently, but it was called Smith. Was it Smith?
Chateau Smith?
No, was it Chateau Smith? There was another one called Charles and Charles. And it's basically two vineyards, Charles Smith and another one, have combined. And it's a really nice wine. It's like a mixed one. It's lovely. It's worth a look.
It's a life in Paris. Yeah, we did have fantastic weather.
We were really lucky. In fact,
until we landed back in Gatwick, and it was awful.
But in fact, I would go as far as saying, you definitely that first week it was hotter than the Caribbean.
Yes,
we were really pleasantly surprised and quite shocked, because the Caribbean's quite a substantial distance to travel, normally about double the price, I would say. So I think given what we paid and what we got and how short the travel time was, it's a good contender for the future. It's changed our whole perception of it.
Question: if you could pick a destination you have not visited yet, where would it be, and what ship would you like to do it on?
It's very difficult to say. It really is hard when there's anything to do with the ship, because it is really, really mood dependent.
We've got so many destinations we want to do as well.
If the destination is absolutely astounding, you don't want the ship to be too overwhelming, because you want to be able to do a bit of both. If you're more of a laid back kind of, say you were doing like a transatlantic, it might be nice to do a ship all singing, all dancing, because you've got time to do it. But if you're going somewhere you're active and you're...
But what would you do, Luke?
But that's just the thing, I don't know, because...
I'll answer it then.
There's so much.
If I could pick a destination you've not visited yet, for me it would be New Zealand and Australia. Milford Sound, I really want to do. A ship, it'd probably be Princess. It'd be one of the Royal Class Princess ships.
It's a nice round in the middle, yeah. Yes. But then I do kind of like Royal Caribbean. I think I'm more... I would like to do like a Trans-Pacific, and I would like to do definitely all that sort of area. I like the Mystery Island, that kind of thing. French Polynesia be quite good. Not Thailand. We'd like to do Hawaii as well.
And what kind of ship would you like to do that?
I'm going to say, if money was no object, I would probably say like, what do you call it, Anthem of the Seas, like that sort of quantum class ship. Like I like those. I do like that class of ship.
Are you putting up any videos of a cruise? Yes, we
are. We are, but I mean, last time I think I checked, there was about 6,000 or something videos I think I've recorded on my phone. So trying to edit that, especially when this is involved and you've been videoing it like this, trying to make sense of that and put it in a way that's actually presentable to the public is a different story. So it's going to take some time.
A video normally takes about a week to make.
Yeah, I will probably put this out there. This isn't going to be a 14 episode vlog series because I just think that would go on too long. I think a week is pushing it. Most of the time things do taper off towards the end. So I think we're going to be looking at least at the moment, I mean, it's early stages, at least 2 days per episode, just to try and round it up. So I'm going to be cutting it a little bit shorter, be a little more editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're looking to do with this series because it's such a long cruise.
We haven't done a Northern Lights cruise yet.
No.
But if you look at Ken and Lindsay's channel, Ken Goes Cruising, they've done it. And to be fair, it is on my list. It's one of those cruises we want to do. Sky Princess 9 weeks. Yeah, we like Sky Princess. And there are some really good value ones out there. In fact,
it was one of the ones I looked at. I was saying to him today, I was looking at October time because there was 2 cruises I had my eye on. One on Caribbean Princess, because I didn't realise she was here this year. Caribbean Princess and Sky. The downside is we've been on Sky. We'd love Sky, but for us making content and trying to keep people engaged and interested, it's difficult to go on the same ship over and over. But yes, Sky was there. I was tempted.
I think you should make it another live. Not long until Iona, Norway.
Not long until Iona, Norway. No,
I don't know if that's supposed to...
I think it's meant to be Max is ready.
Okay, Max. We've got Max ready here as well.
This is V2, by the way. If nobody's seen him, has he got wine on him? No, it's a bit of fluff. This is Max V2, and he is bigger than V1. He is even bigger.
He's been on a few cruises, so he's been eating.
This one, you will see him. He waves in the window. I might have a picture of him. Oh, that's something else I've been doing this like last couple of days. I've got 14 albums of content. I'm going through them, and all my stuff is videos. So I'm trying to actually like screenshot the good pictures to make photos, and I will be putting them on a Facebook group when I get to it. I am going through. I think I'm on like day 4 at the moment. I only started this morning, so I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Really good question here. Around Marella. Right. It is something we're looking at. We do want to try Marella. A lot of people have told us, because we love P&O so much, that Marella is something we should try. Yeah. So we are on the lookout for a Marella cruise.
I think we did see Marella Explorer 1 while we were doing our cruise in the Canary Islands. It was following us around, that and Main Shift 1 as well. They were following us around. So that did get us thinking. We were looking.
Yeah,
the ship looks like a really nice size, by the way. It looks quite nice. Morella's on our radar because they're all inclusive, I believe.
What I will say is stay tuned to our channel. We haven't got a live with this Sunday because Mother and Sunday, but we are planning to do one next Sunday, and it is with Andy and Kirsty, who have come back from Marella Cruise. Yes.
So that'll be very tuned. Interesting. We actually met them before going on our river cruise. We were in Amsterdam together. They were on the Fred Olsen ship, and we were on our river cruise, and we met them for a night. It was good. It was a good night.
We've been watching their Singapore series.
Yes,
it's really good,
which looks amazing, by the way.
Hello, Mark and Natalie. Hope you had a good cruise. I can see another question here. Let's have a look. Yes, I did see that one. Was it Work from a Cruise or something? Virgin Voyages are pushing this med cruise where you can be on the cruise for a month and work from the ship. It's trying to kind of, it's hard to explain, but
they're trying to encourage people to go on a cruise, to work from the cruise.
Yes.
To basically show that it's doable.
And to just have a better work-life balance. Rather than work every day, work from the ship.
But you're on a holiday.
Yeah, there is that.
I mean, we were discussing this because Gavin, we were toying that we've seen a really good cruise, but someone was asking earlier on about Further Afield and Princess Credit and stuff, and I was looking at Hawaii. It really was, but it's 19 nights, and that's going to eat a huge chunk out of his leave, and he hasn't got enough left.
No, especially when you've got like 5 left.
With the fact that a lot of these ships now have Starlink, you are contemplating working from the ship on the sea days because there's like 4 down and 4. So you could get, you could
But
tour a lot
the thing
more.
is, it's a holiday, and then you're taking work on holiday with you.
You are, but then I'm taking work on holiday when I film everything.
Yeah, true,
And I've got plans
true.
and lists and stuff. See? So it's what you make of it. Be grateful you can do it.
Do we miss having miss the Wi-Fi on board? No, definitely not. It's nice to disconnect.
It is nice to take a break. And to be honest, if I was trying to engage with people online, it's difficult to film it. I miss moments. Does that make sense?
Would you take Would you take an extra suitcase to be sure of having a formal night of clothing? So on this cruise, we had 4 formal nights, which actually helped because it meant you just packed 1 tux for 4 nights and a few shirts, and you put them in dry clean, or you can use laundry. But yeah, I'd always take an extra suitcase if you really need to, because at the end of the day, it's a small cost compared.
What I would suggest is, especially for bloke, I mean, obviously it was given we were on it for 4 nights or 4 formal nights, so I did take 2 shirts in case I got gravy or red wine or something on my shirt. As it happens, I think on one of the nights I did get gravy or red wine on my shirt and decided to put it in to be laundered. We put it in enough time. I think it was about 2 days. We had to.
Well, it says 48 hours.
Yeah, we put it in more than enough time. The shirt didn't come back in time. I actually phoned reception on the night of black tie and said, where's my shirt? I put it in to be laundered. It's not come. I need it now. And the lady was like, oh, somebody will come up, somebody change, whatever. But the shift changed. Never heard or saw or heard a thing. So the following day I went down. It took about a good day to get that shirt back afterwards. Luckily, I had a spare shirt. It's not my usual wing collar, so I was a bit disappointed. It's just a boring normal shirt. But but we managed to pull through. As it happened, after all that fuss, because the shirt came after I needed it, I put it in the case on the top of my normal clothes, which wasn't in a black bag or a plastic bag. My sun cream got squished, and it's absolutely ruined.
Your case got ruined anyway.
My case has been destroyed, but my shirt is completely ruined. It is stained. We have washed about 4 times. We tried Fearless, we tried bicarb. Nothing is getting rid of that sun cream stain. So after all that, I got to buy a new shirt anyway. But just to say, long story short, make sure you pack enough shirts in case you spill something.
Yes. Okay, Luke. Right.
Sorry, I digress. I do.
So Life of the Parks didn't find Azura too smelly, unlike a Marella Explorer.
Oh.
We did find Azura got smellier on the second week.
Yeah.
So whether it's something to do with the...
Well, we were whittling it down in the end to wind direction.
Yes.
And with a fence, we're blowing back and stuff.
So it was kind of a garbagey smell in some areas and a sewagey gas smell in other areas.
Perfumed bin lorry at front, and it was perfumed bummy at the middle. It was very...
So
it was very...
not the best.
No.
But it was only on the prom deck, and to be fair, there was a treat as well, which we found was a bit weird.
Yeah, maybe we should start sending Yankee candles. Joke. They might set the ship on fire. Don't do
that. Was it rougher last week?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Definitely. Not necessarily. It was more so that first sea day was a lot more just bouncier. I mean, we coped. We were fine. But it was just a lot more. There was a lot more movement, definitely, and the weather was not as hot. There was a lot more cloud and scattered showers the second week than the first week. Definitely.
We didn't come in. No, we were Tenerife round trip, and Azura was going now over to Malta, I think, next week. So you probably saw Ventura, I think, in Southampton today, possibly.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen Azura. Azura's not been home for yonks. She basically home ports Tenerife or Valletta.
Okay. So the other one we've got is Roxy. They were on Iona. Yes. So that was another one we did actually look at going on the Saturday rather than Friday.
Was like the day after. So.
We heard you had to cancel port as well, I believe.
Was it Lanzarote? I don't know
how do you even know this? Somebody mentioned to us.
Yeah. We weren't even on the ship. There must have been a seagull that flew over and it told us.
Is there a world cruise on? Of course, there's a world cruise on our wish.
There is always a world cruise,
but it'll be a long time away.
And there's no hope of me vlogging that. God, that would take years to put together. But we had just pictures.
Oh, here we go. We're going on Azura in April. Greek islands and tea are lovely. First, how do you transport? So we just basically fold it in half, put it in the case. If you've got
keep it in a suit bag, keep it on its own little hanger, preferably a lightweight hanger. It doesn't have to be the best. It's just for transport, really. like a plastic one, because it's lightweight. If it snaps, it breaks. It doesn't really matter. But I always put it on it's the last thing I pack in my case
before we leave the house.
Literally fold it in half, put it on the top, and that's it, done. If you have a stay in an airport and all the night before, which we very often do, we open the case and we always hang it. But as soon as we get on that ship and we it's the first thing we unpack is we just get that tux hung, because any creases, anything, it'll just come up. But in Finnish, they're usually pretty good. We don't normally have a crease going through the middle. It's pretty if you've got enough
space or weight left, take crease release spray.
Yes, but as we figured out on our last way in, when we were trying to do this, if 500 mils was about half a kilogram in actual weight, that's quite a wedge out of your allowance. It's quite, it adds up quite quickly. A lot of people say you can hang them in the shower as well, and the steam. I suppose what you could actually do is, those little travel things, the spray things, you could probably put your crease release in that, in a small one, and then spray that, and it would be a lot lighter rather than bring the whole, because you're not going to need the whole bottle. We had a panic, to be fair, because we couldn't work out what the weight allowance was, because we were getting conflicting information depending whether it was Jet2, TUI, or whoever was your carrier. So we asked on Facebook, and then we had loads of different replies. A lot of people really tried to help, and then we were worried. Then we were like, well, we packed for 23. We hope it's 23, because if it's not, we're going to have to take stuff out. And then that morning, the actual stuff came through, and it did say 23 kilograms. We were right there. I did have to still unpack some stuff. Yeah, we were over 23. It's shocking how used to sailing from Southampton you get used to that, and you take full advantage of it, don't you? Seasickness tablets, yes, we do take them, and I did take them on this cruise, and I would recommend. Can you be careful? You're going to twist yourself. Doggy's just getting them. I would recommend taking them and bringing them. I usually use Avamine. I usually find them the best, but you had some. You bought Excursion, I think. No, do you know what they were? They were motion seasickness tablets from Barbados. Oh, them ones, yes. You got them for me because I couldn't get out of bed on that last day. We wouldn't have made the flight, so he got me seasickness tablets. So I used what was left of those, and they did work. We took them the night before the sea day, and it paid off. Yeah, take them before. Yes, we did do the toboggan ride in Madeira. We did the cable car and toboggan. Yeah, that was great fun, wasn't it? Yeah, no, it was. It seems all just a toboggan ride. You get to the top, see the hill, and say, "Oh my god, what am I doing in my life?" Good evening, Gail and Mike. Good to see you. Tom and Dom. What do you think of the Planet Bar? Yeah, I quite liked it, but you weren't too fussed, were you? It's not the worst. It is what it is. It's a bar. It's an observation style, but as they were saying, as opposed to being forward-facing views, it's wake views. Yes. It's not very bumpy because it's high up, and we did hear the odd crash. Like when I would say that the ship comes down on the wave at the back, doesn't it? It was bang, and you could hear it all rattling. But no, it wasn't. It's nice. You get views down the side of the ship and the funnel and stuff. It's nice. But no, I prefer Crow's Nest, I've got to be honest. Evening, Bob and Holly. Hello. Just looking here now where we are. So we need to speed up a little bit. Okay. A favourite port of call? What was yours? I'm going to say, actually, I think Madeira. Madeira really surprised me as well. I really like the cable car. I really like the toboggan. La Palma was also up there, very, very pretty. Other than that, they're all quite similar in like the volcanic, and they look the same. Somebody else here says the system on the cruise, especially going to Madeira. Yes. I loved it. Yeah, Madeira is a good one. It's a nice one. Hey guys, question. Favorite port on the cruise? I think we just answered that one, haven't we? I would say Madeira. Oh, thank you, Bob and Holly. Honey. As soon as I say that, Honey's ears just went like. How do you even know? Are you tapped in or something, dog? Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. We'll get some treats because she's been a bit lost. Poor old. She has. She's come home. She's all over the place. I think she's glad to be home. She didn't want to go to dog care this time, but I think now she's back. She misses dogs to play with, if that makes sense. So she's a bit emotionally distressed. She's upset. She's all over the shop. What entertainment? To be fair, we didn't. The show was your typical P&O. We had a comedian, didn't we? We had a comedian. I can't remember what his name was. He did two versions of his shows where he did like a sort of a normal show. We had Tucker on the first one, and we had a different comedian again than the second one, didn't we? Yeah, Tucker was good. We really enjoyed the music and the bars and things, and the busker. Was it Francesca? She was really good. Yes. And the duo as well. She sang with. She was part of it, though, wasn't she? No, she was separate.
was a duo as well. Was it
Yeah,
separate?
no, I thought she was singing on her own, but then she was joining with another guy to do the duo.
I think
That's
so.
what I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were. Well, maybe it was a drink. Silent disco. Oh,
You love that, didn't you?
Twice I did it. Absolutely loved it, and it was on the top. Well, they did do it in the lower decks, but I always took part in the ones on the top,
Yeah.
and it was loads of fun. It was brilliant.
Again, Mike. Yes, we're on the Tesco wine tonight.
Tesco's finest. Well, I would say finest. It's Tesco's
A cruise around Iceland. So we did our Iceland cruise on Arcadia. I'd say go for one of. I wouldn't go for a ship much bigger than that.
I wouldn't know. What I would take from it is Arcadia did get a little bit boring. Not bad, but it was on because we had a lot of sea days.
Yeah.
But going on what I said before, it was perfect for scenery and stuff because you were distracted by other things. Arcadia's a nice ship. I would probably do it on that ship again. It was very relaxed. But maybe if something like Britannia or Ventura were doing it, it would just be a little bit better because you've just got a little bit more on board, dining and things just to keep it a bit more on those sea days, I'm thinking. I suppose Princess would be a really good one. Sky, that would be a cracking one. Caribbean Princess, I'm sure she's going up there this year. Don't quote me on it, but she might be another one to look at. I can't think of any.
I'd go for the smaller ones myself.
Yeah, you don't need to be too overwhelmed because the scenery is so spectacular. You don't need to overwhelmed.
Yes, we did manage to get Tenerife Carnival on the Friday night, and it was pretty crazy and amazing.
To be honest, I can't really remember much about it because it was just. Woo. I remember going to McDonald's and I remember asking for a burger and a chicken burger, and the guy gave me 2 chicken burgers. I remember that, and I remember the crazy costumes, and I remember dancing in the middle because it was bouncing, wasn't it?
It was
like we've never seen.
It was
before.
amazing. Group cruise. No, it's not fully booked.
No.
You can still book on that group cruise. Details are in the description.
However,
it's a 7-night fjords cruise on Britannia. But to be fair, if you booked it early on, you've got a bargain because the price has been sneaking up constantly.
I think demand has gone, so it's not us. It's in general P&O.
So
the cruise itself.
The price of the group cruise is the price you see on the P&O website. So it has gone up. So if you were one of the early ones who jumped on it probably September last year, it was September. You've got a bargain, I think.
We are going to be sorting a lot of things now. We're home. We're back. We've already been talking about things today for that cruise. We've got a lot of plans. We're looking into a lot of things. We will announce them.
Fingers crossed we will.
What's this now?
Northern Lights on our September cruise. So last September they were seeing Northern Lights.
Yes.
Fingers crossed we'll see it this year.
Nice if we do.
And they've said the activity of
even locally,
it's more this year.
Locally where we live, because we've got mountains and stuff and Newgale and stuff, people actually go there, which is probably about 20 miles from
There's
here.
pictures this week, wasn't there?
Yeah, they've said it's very active. So hopefully, if that's anything to go by, we might, fingers crossed, get to see.
I think solo activity is supposed to peak this year or next year. So we've got a chance. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Doing the fjords on Britannia in April. Any tips? Yes, look at our vlogs. We've got loads of fjords vlogs.
Don't just look at our Iona vlogs. Look at our Sky vlogs. We've done different things in the same port, which we've covered over different series. We don't know what port you're going to, but usually they go to places like Oldham. So you've got things like the Low and Sky, Brixton Glacier, the little troll train thing. That's good. Stavanger. Nice to just go out and have a walk. Bergen, you got the funicular. We don't know your itinerary, but there's quite a lot you can do.
A week on Azura, enough to enjoy the Canary Islands? Yes,
it would be enough.
So our cruise was 14 nights. We spent 4 of those nights, or 4 of those days in Tenerife.
4 of those days at sea.
4 of those days at sea, and 2 of those days in Madeira.
So basically, the cruise was pretty much duplicated for 50% of the second cruise.
Yeah.
As regards the experience on board, I think we worked out the other day, we dined at Beach House twice.
Yeah.
We dined at Glass House probably twice. I think it was twice.
It'll be a busy week
twice. So, I mean, given that, what I'm saying is you could still have, you've got, I think, 4 main dining room experiences. You've got Beach House, Glass House, Epicurean, and Sindhu. So that's 4 nights there. You could do a night in the buffet. You could do 2 nights at the MDR. That's plenty. Plenty.
I'm just reading Nick and Linda have done Australia, Bali, and Singapore.
Wow.
Jealous.
You are jealous, aren't you? You would love to do that.
I would, yeah. I don't know if we've missed some
You've done the
questions and
fjords,
things.
well, you were there
Yes.
before. Marella is all inclusive. That was just comments. Trying to see the questions. Do you think a week? That's the one you just done,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
If there are
So
any,
it's
if
kind of
there's any
catch
questions
up.
we've missed, really sorry. Please pop them in the chat again.
Yeah.
And we will get through them. I'm just looking.
We're up to 8:33 p.m. and we're 8:56, so we're catching up.
We're catching up. I just
Yeah.
don't know whether I've
but the
missed
problem,
them.
the
That's the
problem
next
is now
question.
he's rushed me so much. You're gonna have this quiet moment. Now. We're waiting for questions. Someone's gonna
Fine.
ask a question.
I
So
can
if you've got
relax now
questions,
for a moment.
It's right for you.
If you haven't already liked the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find the video. And as we said at the start, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe.
We're only like 40-something people away.
Yes, we're getting there.
From 18,000, be the big 18.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, and we really appreciate people like you join us as you do. And even when we were on the cruise last week and stuff, that was amazing. It was just so fun. I was just blown away by it. I really was.
Yeah, it was really good, that one, wasn't
Being
it?
in a hot tub. I mean, I can't really remember that one, I gotta be honest. And then the other one when I was like tour guide Barbie and I was showing you around the ship, that was quite fun towards the end, wasn't it? It's good.
Yeah.
The only thing with that was it was quite funny because the guy who was working at the bar was like coming across and you could see he was like wanted to ask us for drinks, but you could see we were talking, so he didn't. And then some lady, I can't remember who it was, if you're in the chat, she sort of come towards us. I think they probably thought we were just filming like a normal vlog, and then they realized we were talking to people and it was alive, and it was like so they nearly ended up being like a guest on our show.
And yeah, if you're in the chat, hello.
Yes,
sorry
hello.
we couldn't
Yes,
talk.
We were trying our best. We didn't want to throw you in the deep end because you'd have been, yeah. It was good. It was good.
But yeah, it turned out. We just wanted to see what it turned out like doing the live from the ship.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we had a great reception from it. So if you did join us on those two lives, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Questions come in from Sarah. Question. Sarah.
Yeah. It's because I know somebody called Sarah. Gavin always gets some.
Well, I'm Welsh as well, so I always say Sarah. What do you think of your rooms on Azura?
Comfortable, very comfortable, tastefully decorated. Not the most modern, but then Azura's like 14, 15. Well, she's 14 in April, I think. She's coming at 15 years old. Say best part of. Little things like the dado rail all over the place was a bit makes age, but the room was comfortable, well kept. Couldn't really fault the room at all. TVs, I think I'm hoping they might get updated with the refit because they have got these small little. And we were actually sat in our room. We were looking at it one morning in bed, as you do, and we were thinking, what are they going to do with this room? Will they remove the fridge cupboard? Was what we were thinking, and put the fridge into that vanity desk, and then maybe put a little chair in the corner, and then put a flat screen TV on the wall. We actually give it a lot.
Luke thought a lot about this.
And we were looking at the room. I was thinking, what could they do to make this? I'm thinking the TV is, at the moment, as it stands, it's like a small little, probably no bigger than our laptop. And it just sits on the top. It's quite slow as well. Isn't it? Like
very slow.
Because we wanted the captain's announcements, like trying to record them, because you can hear him in the corridor, but you can't hear him really in the room. So turn the telly on. And it was taking forever to come on, just so I could put my phone up against it to hear his announcement and record it. But it was so slow.
But otherwise, the room was
storage, loads of storage. Honestly, we would not have struggled if we were on that ship for a month. We would have been fine. It was
cleanliness as well. It was a very clean room.
Really, in fact, I would say it was probably kept cleaner than our Iona cruise.
Yes. But no, yeah, we loved it, and
it was comfortable. It was comfortable and pleasant enough. Slightly dated, but that's kind of to be expected.
But what I'll say is, before you say any more, Luke, if they tune in next week, they'll have a full cabin tour.
Because I've just finished making our cabin tour. That is finished now.
Yes.
So that'll be going to patrons this weekend. And it'll be live next week. It's our next video. It's our cabin tour on which you'll see. You will see how obstructed our cabin was, because we had a fully obstructed, as you said, I don't know if you said before, we had no choice in the matter. It was take it or leave it, and it was completely obstructed. We had a tender boat there, a lifeboat there, a davit in the middle. We had this little gap, but it was enough just to get natural light in and just to work, just to the weather and what was going on around the ship. It was surprised me, actually. I never thought I was quite impressed with it.
It was a good room.
I didn't mind it for the price we paid.
Tom Dom asking, can you rank the P&O fleet, which is your favourite? I'd say
It's very
Aurora has something very special for us, hasn't she?
Aurora's almost yacht-like.
I'd say favourite's probably be Avia. We had a very good cruise in Avia.
Avia or it's hard because for size, I do quite like Britannia because Britannia's just hitting it right. There's nothing wrong with the others though. It's very difficult to say what's my favourite. I would say my favourite has to be. I'm going to say Aurora.
Okay, I'll go
I'm
Avia.
still sticking Aurora, and then I'm going. It would be Avia.
And I'm going Aurora.
I mean, it's very difficult because you've got Avia and Iona the same, but Avia is better than Iona. You've got Azura Ventura, but I think Ventura is better than Azura. You've got Arcadia. She's nice. Basically, yeah, she's nice. It's tough.
To be fair, since Oceania and Oriana have gone quite difficult, they would have always been
we always just put Oriana and Oceania at the bottom. We weren't too fond of those two ships, I'll be honest. So, but the others, we've liked them all now quite a lot.
It's just homely feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the light? Yes. So that's what we kind of like. We're not massive show people. We don't tend to do theatre all the time.
There was a lot of live music as well, wasn't it? Because there was like singing up at the Coral Pool. There was trivia, and then there would be like the singer, the duo, and I'm sure that lady. What was her name? You said her name before.
Francesca.
She was singing. The busker was good. There was lots. There was actually, and then you had the Malabar at night, and then you had your line dancing and your dance classes in the atrium. You had the busker again in the Brodies. She was always singing Brodies, wasn't she? Mm-hmm. Honestly, it was nice. We really had a blast on this cruise. It was so nice. It really was.
Just reading that comment here. No,
what's this one now? Gavin's having a gander through the comments now.
So I think it's just Lee mentioning around Disney Magic.
Okay. So there's a question here from Deborah. Deborah. Never say Deb.
You're on the group cruise with us. Yes.
Right. So the turnaround on shirts. I need to get mine ordered for the group.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So that would be
Did you answer this one?
Yes. Go on then. I was
So all our merch is made to order.
Yeah.
So for t-shirts and things like that, it's probably a few days to be turned around, depending if they're in stock with our third-party supplier. So you've got plenty,
until the cruise.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time. I'd say a couple of weeks before, order it then. If you're unsure, just drop us an email and we'll let you know what the turnarounds are. What we will say is we launched a shop probably about a month ago now, didn't we?
Yes.
Amazing reaction to that. Thank you. If you've bought anything from the shop, really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It'd be so nice to see people supporting our stuff.
Yes,
it's lovely. And post it on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
We love to see the pictures. We do, and we've seen people have. We can't get hold of Yellow Hands, but we've seen people have got hold of Yellow Hands. It's nice to see pictures of them. We've seen pictures of Max enjoying himself.
If you've got a Max, please share in our group where he
is. Sometimes you see him. He waves. He does stuff. He's cheeky. He's naughty.
We've been told the lanyards are coming into stock tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
Because the lanyards we had to bulk buy a load of them, and we had to pay. We had to put that forward, didn't we?
Yeah. So they were due in while we were away. Unfortunately, I think there were some supplier issues, so they've taken a little longer.
Yeah.
But they're due in tomorrow, so they'll be sent out ASAP. So if you've ordered a lanyard, they should be with you soon.
They are coming.
And sorry for the delay.
Yes.
Let's have a look. I'll put this one up just so we can read it.
Victoria in Greece and
lovely.
Very excited, long way from Australia. What is the must-do thing on Queen Victoria? Okay, so Queen Victoria, I'm going to say you have to, if you've never been on Cunard before, you have to go to afternoon tea. It's an experience. Honestly, you get there's an army of them come out, white glove. They all come out and the music, they do like a string quartet. It's live. It's so elegant. It's usually in the Queen's room. It's absolutely gorgeous. Another thing with Queen Victoria, what else would you suggest?
Well,
the spa was really worthwhile.
Yeah.
It was a lovely area, thermal area, hot pool, lovely.
You mentioned there about doing the box and champagne at the theatre.
That was definitely worth doing.
Book that on the day of arrival. Head to reception. Basically, you go to reception, you book your box. It's only available for their production shows. So if it's like a comedian in or a talk, you can't book it. You just chance your luck.
That was the first time we've done that on that cruise, and I would definitely do it again.
Yeah.
Also, I highly rate and recommend. I mean, the dining on board is exceptional. Even in the main dining room, is really, really good quality food. But the veranda is slightly elevated, and it is nice. It is for, like, if you've got an occasion, a birthday or an anniversary, or even just fancy treating yourself. It's really, really, it's worth doing. It's kind of expensive, would you say? But I'd say for what you get, it's good value for money.
I'm going to leave you this question, Luke, while I let Honey out.
Oh God, it's your turn to be.
She's very demanding tonight.
Yeah, she's twisted herself.
I shall let you do that one.
Okay, God help people, because if
it all goes wrong,
if the mouse goes off the screen now, look out. Right, so we're right. We're booked on Queen Mary 2. Have we been on here? Yes, we have been on Queen Mary 2. We've been on Queen Mary 2 twice. The first video, I'm not sure if it's even on YouTube or if it's been kind of lost, because we used copyrighted music. It was our very first ever video, so you'll see lots of pouting, lots of posing, and I think at the time we were sort of embarrassed that we were only on a mini cruise, so we tried to make it look like we were on it for a week. So the footage, the pictures, they're all over the place. The second time around, however, we went back on board in 2018, and it was the first, again, it was another first. It was the first time we actually started to talk in our videos. The first time we started narration, and we started doing things in detail. Oh, hello, we have a guest. But yes, so if you look on our channel, there is a video of Queen Mary 2. The short videos, aren't they, about 12, 15 minute sort of videos each. There's a cabin tour of a sheltered balcony. There is a ship tour. We don't do them so much anymore, but that is on it. It was about 2018. It is on our channel, but you'll see we look completely different.
Have you answered that one?
Yes, I have. So we've been on it twice, and yes, we recommend Queen Mary 2. As far as things go, I'd say it's probably our favourite ship.
It's a special
ever.
ship, isn't
it? Very, very unique.
It is the only ocean liner.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look.
Emma's in the chat. Hello, Emma.
Good evening. I hope you're enjoying your celebrity cruise. On Azura first week, we'll find. Right, hang on, let's have a look. So, on Azura first week of April, flying to Malta, start the cruise, and doing Dubrovnik Split.
Dubrovnik and Split.
Okay, so that's the cruise we did on Oceania from.
And I'd love to do that again. Dubrovnik, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, it's basically Disneyland for adults. It's absolutely fantastic. Split, also amazing. What I would suggest, and I don't regret doing it, was we booked an excursion with P&O themselves direct, and we went to the KRKA National Park. It was amazing. Really good. You go through all this like woodlands, there's all these little waterfalls. You go this massive lake, you get on this boat, and they take you through, and then the bus picks you up to the other end. We had some like meats and cheeses, like all Croatian, kind of like a platter. Really, really good. The bus takes you back through town. The guide obviously tells you bits and bobs about it. But
we were dropped off in town as well.
Split itself is really, really beautiful. You've got, I think, is it Diocletian's Palace, I would say. And at the bottom, there was like the shopping thing, but that was also a scene from Game of Thrones. There's, everywhere you go in Croatia, there's something to do with Game of Thrones. I think we managed to sit on an iron throne in Split, did we? An iron throne in Dubrovnik.
Not sure if I was on the cruise. If you look through our channel, we've done a land holiday. It's the only land holiday we've done since cruising, and I was to Dubrovnik.
Yeah, we also went, because when we did the land holiday, Dubrovnik, as I was getting to that, Dubrovnik, we walked the walls originally the first time. Loved that. That was amazing. It's like being in King's Landing. The second time we went back, there was a land holiday, as you were saying, which was a 3-night break. And we did actually manage to venture over to Locrum Island, the little island, and there was another throne. There was a throne in town in the shop, and there's a throne everywhere. You can sit on your own throne. There's Game of Thrones and Star Wars. There's loads of Star Wars stuff. But I actually, we've said this quite recently, if we were thinking of doing like a weekend break, I want to go back to Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik's lovely.
I really, it's like we used to go Turkey over and over, and I think Dubrovnik is that place.
The wine's cheap and good.
It's very cheap. They don't pay tax on their wine.
And talking of wine, good evening, Nick. Hope you're well.
Yes.
If you're in any of the This Is Life groups, you know who Nick Corbin is. And of course, we got the drinks package.
We did. And this time round, we went for the deluxe. This is the second time we went for the deluxe. And I think it's really good value for money, because you get your larger glasses of wine, you get your ultimate like G&Ts, stuff like that. We thought, actually, we did make a mistake, haven't we? We thought we were getting Fever Tree tonic water because we had the deluxe package. As it transpires, you can get that on the classic.
I think so, yeah. I'm sure that's seen.
Because we worked it out towards the end. We're like, So basically, we were saying one of the biggest perks we were getting Fever Tree Slimline Tonic with our gins, and we were thinking, oh, okay, this is because we've got the elevated package. But at the end of the cruise, you were like, no, we could have got this on Classic. So,
But you'd have single measures. So,
I mean, for a 14-night cruise, we could have probably gone with a Classic. Maybe would have saved us a bit, but. We were on holiday. We knew we were on it for a long time. It paid off.
We did keep an eye on the drinks we were drinking. How many, of every drink we're drinking every day?
Yeah.
Waters, teas, coffees, and I think most days we probably would have broken even at minimum.
On a quiet day, I think we at least broke even. We at least broke even.
When you think like 2-3 large glasses of wine, they were £10 glasses of wine, so you're talking £40. The problem we had with the drinks packages, because we booked it so late, we couldn't book it online, so we missed out on the 10% discount.
So we even tried on board. Actually, when I went on board, it was one of the first things I did was go to reception, and I sort of explained our predicament and said, look, we know we booked this really, really late. Is there any way we can get any sort of help with this? Because we were supposed to be on Sen. It got cancelled 2 days ago, so we booked this. We've had no time. We chanced it. We thought, you don't ask, you don't get. Unfortunately, Mark, I think his name was, great guy. He said there's nothing they could do. No. So we bought it anyway. So
we're going to buy. They knew that.
£700 later each. We had a deluxe drinks package. So that added, our bill just went basically nearly about the price of a cruise and a half.
Yeah. So if you don't drink, you save a fortune.
You do save a fortune.
That way. But then you're on holiday, we've got to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't have any cruising ducks in our merch, I'm afraid. No. We did find the cruising ducks on the ship, though.
We did. We have got a little cruising duck. And Ken and Lindsay, she makes Dillis, doesn't she?
Yes. Question: is there a ship to Azura? Laying down falls on Azura for me. Shower curtain. Yeah, shower curtain. Yeah.
No bar. Sorry, I can't read that. Is that no bar?
The adult pool.
Yes, you have hit the nail on it. Yes, I forgot that. Actually, what I was saying about the next that is one thing I wish I brought up. I might bring that up towards the end. Actually, you've helped me out. Yes, because that is one thing we said. That I think I might have put it in my final thoughts. Because I've been writing my Let's Talk ship, and I didn't mention it. My initial thing, but I think I've actually mentioned the no bar. Come to think of it now, on the Oasis pool. Yes, because that is one thing, and there wasn't many people serving drinks over there because I think maybe what they're trying to do is get you to the adult only section, make you feel all calm, relaxed, then look at the the retreat, and think, oh look, they're getting served drinks, they're getting served food. I wish I was in it, and they want you to buy it.
So we did do a day in the retreat, and there is bar service in there.
Yeah,
but in that area between Breakers Bar and the Oasis pool.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah.
The other thing I found really weird as well is that, like, if you're at Breakers Bar and you need to go to the toilet, the closest toilet is the spa. So everybody goes to the spa for the toilet for the Breakers Bar, which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing closer. I don't know if there's something underneath. But...
Yes, and there are ship tours behind the scenes. I'm guessing you mean behind the scenes tours.
They do.
So they are doing them now. I think it was £65 per person or 120 for a couple.
Yeah, they were also selling this sail away experience as well, where we thought reading it, we were like, oh, this is nice. You get to stand, because sometimes they let you go on the roof of the bridge, don't they? Mm-hmm. We thought, oh, you get to go up there with the officers and all. But when we saw pictures and things later, we realised they put you up the top of the Planet Bar on the sky deck. So it's actually up there with the officers. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad experience. It would be a nice experience, but it's not what I quite thought.
No, but if you're sailing away from port, you see the port disappearing rather than just open sea when you leave.
Yeah. Because it's probably quite windy up there as well.
Yeah. Another question about the group cruise. Yes, we are planning to get some excursions sorted.
We've literally been talking about it today.
Yeah, we've had discussions today.
Been talking about it today. All the dog walking we've been doing today. It's been talking.
So we are looking at things. Stick with us. I've sent some emails to some of the operators in ports because P&O already booked up some of the excursions, and they're twice the price of doing it independently. So I'm going to see what we can do.
Yeah, see if we can get don't quote us on this, but we're seeing if we can get maybe a minibus, see how many people are interested, see if we can actually do it, rather than, because what we were thinking originally was maybe we'd have an excursion and people would come along with us. But if we can, we'll try and do it so that we stay together as a group and do it together as a group. If we can get a bus together as a group, we'll try our best. Which we're looking into.
Well, we'll discuss it on the Facebook group.
We've only started. We talk about it today.
There we go. Tom Dove confirmed. Fever Tree is on the class. So we weren't seeing things. It was definitely there.
So we could have got away with it.
Well, that's what we're thinking. We might just go for the classic from now on. Yeah. We'll see. Yes, and exactly. Glasses of wine, £13.50.
That's
It's on the
what I mean.
package.
The
Four,
thing is,
four of them, and you're even.
That's it. But when you're talking to people and you've got a large glass of wine, you have to go to the bar twice less as often.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Not, yeah, you know what I mean? You don't have to go as often, is what I'm saying. So it saves you. And if you're getting like doubles, that's another thing as well. Because let's face it, who can taste a single? And I was drinking double Marabelle gin with slimline fever tree tonic.
Half a fever tree tonic.
Oh yeah, we split in a half. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're only one fever tree between us.
No, yeah, we're gonna water it down with me. And then we had I was drinking the tidal rum or tide. What was the tidal rum and this golden tide? There's two. I didn't realize one's actually on board on Avia. The other one's just the company. I didn't realize that until this cruise. I just kept saying tidal rum. So I was having double tidal rums with ginger beer.
What we found odd with the drinks package that the cocktail of the day wasn't included, even though it's only like
that. And I think
£8,
that I will say we should actually write that down for our thing, because I think that's bad. Because if you've got the deluxe, I think at least you should be able to get cocktail of the day. You should be able to get that. And they were saying no, you can't. It's part of a special promotion. However, we were quite lucky, and we got talking to the lovely bar lady at the terrace pool, and we were getting the cocktail from Beach House when we were at the terrace bar because it was so nice. What was it called?
I can't. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was a bit like a Miami Vice. No, but it was like a Miami Vice, but instead of it was passion fruit, wasn't it? Instead of pineapple, it was called. I want to say Bedita. It's like a drink they do in Beach House, which is amazing. It's like a frozen cocktail. So how you can only get it in there, but we were getting it.
Nick, we are in Southampton a few times this year, so we will be in touch
definitely.
on that one. How did you come up with the name Cruise Monkeys?
Oh, that old chestnut. So growing up, people, I don't know how it started off. Lukey, that was nickname growing up. Lukey. When I started work, Lukey, and then Lukey Monkey came into it, and that was it. So it was just Lukey Monkey. The amount of times people used to put. I worked in some place I worked. There were two Lukes, so there would be one name and there'd be Monkey, and you'd know who was who. That's how it came. Then Gavin came up with Holidays at Sea, because one day I was working and he came up with the name, because he had to come up with a name for the channel, because it used to just be LKGP. So he came up with Holidays at Sea. And I was like, okay, that's imaginative. Not. Then I don't know how it came into conversation. We decided, was it just before coming out of lockdown? We decided, why don't we go? I don't know how my nickname came to it. We just said, let's call ourselves Cruise Monkeys, because we don't take things too serious. We like to have a lot of fun.
You drew the logo.
I drew the logo. I mean, I didn't draw this logo, but I came up with the idea of it. So yeah, and that's we haven't really looked back since. It's just cheeky, fun, and it's not too serious, which is a bit like us, really.
That's us. We try not to take ourselves or anything too seriously, do we? We're coming up to the hour, so if you've got any questions left, pop them in really quickly, and we'll try and answer them.
What's the cocktail? Isn't it included?
Yeah, we don't know.
What's the cocktail? Please elaborate, Tom and Dom. I don't know what this is.
What's in that cocktail? Let us know.
Never heard of that. I should know. We should know this.
It's not one of the ones in Sixth Regina, is it?
Oh, it could be.
Something like that.
We didn't really do. That's one thing we didn't really do on Arby. We didn't actually have a proper. We had breakfast, a lot of breakfast in Sixth. We never did a meal in there, did we? We'll have to go back. You'll have to go back. Do you think we should go back on Avia, everybody? Do you think we should go back? We've been on Iona twice. Yeah. I'd like to go back on Avia.
We'd like to go back.
We have a friend, actually. She's going on Avia next week. When she's doing a transatlantic back. That would be really, really exciting.
Okay. So, Nicole, okay. Yes. So that's why we wouldn't have seen that. Because I don't think
she was after, wasn't she?
Yes.
She didn't christen it because we. But then they were on.
I don't think
before us.
Yeah, but I don't think we had that cocktail on ours. I'm sure we didn't.
I'm sure I didn't see it.
No.
Oh. Well, we shall have to try. So
we have to go back on the cruise.
Everyone is going to start saying, "Go back on Avia, go back on Avia."
Yeah.
So we'll have to go back on Avia.
Yes, we will. Anyhow, I think it's 9 o'clock, so we're probably going to call it a night now.
Yes.
If you haven't already, please give the video a like. It helps.
Please subscribe, or I'm sure you are subscribed, but get your friends to subscribe. Spread the word. Spread the word.
That'd be good.
Because if we could hit What were we? 18,000.
It's up to 18.
I think it's 18. That's just a nice round number, just to round it all off.
Yes.
Nice.
Stay tuned for next week. Next Friday, we'll have the cabin tour going live.
If you want to see the photos of our cruise, which I am getting through all of the photos, go to our Facebook. So if you're not on our Facebook, make sure you go on our Facebook.
There's a link
Join
down
our
there
Facebook.
somewhere.
Please come. We chat, we help each other out, we answer questions. If we don't answer them, other people will. If we've not been on a cruise, other people have.
Yes.
There's a wealth of information to be had on that group, and you will see our photos.
Yeah. And if you want to get your own little maxes or anything like this, or any of the merch or any like
This is my favourite t-shirt ever, which was sort of inspired by, I'm not going to say it, Virgin Voyages.
Yes.
Yes, VV baby.
So there's a link to that below as well. Our shop's down there.
Yeah.
And all we can really say then, hope you have an amazing weekend.
Have an awesome weekend, and we'll see
Yes.
you soon.
Yes.
We'll see you on the cabin tour at least.
And
next week.
yes, and don't forget, week Sunday we'll be live again for our Let's Talk with, and we've got
Let's talk
Andy and
shit.
Kirsty.
Let's talk. We're just constantly talking, people.
Yes.
So yes, we'll see you with Andy and Kirsty, which will be very interesting. We're most excited to have that. It'll be good.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.